Hey, today I'm going to show you something with Claude 3 Haiku. We're going to go through making kind of the outline and the characters for a brand new novel. I'm going to show you just how easy and just how inexpensive it is. And then the idea behind this is that we're going to take what we do today, turn it into a novel that's completely created with prose from Claude 3 Haiku, and then run that novel back through Claude 3 Opus to get the best possible output for our prose. Possibly even run it through Mistral. It's going to be a romance because that's what I write. So Mistral will give us that steaminess that Claude 3 Opus may pull back on. I'm going to see what Claude 3 Opus is able to do with it, but that's kind of where we're going. So in this video, we'll be setting everything up, getting the characters, getting the outline, getting the idea, getting the setting, getting those scene beats. Excuse me. And then the next video will be actually having Claude 3 Haiku make all of those prose from the scene beats. We're doing this all in Open Router. It would be easier to keep track of within something like Novel Crafter, but as long as you have like a Word document or Google Docs, you'll be able to keep track of this too and keep this all organized. I'm going to do this very similarly to how I did the one that I did in Novel Crafter, where it was the small town second chance romance, where I told it just create the prose. We're not going to edit it as we go because we're going to throw it all through Opus. And then, so you'll see it go very quickly. Unless it totally goes off course and brings in like dinosaurs or something, I'm not going to go back through and tell it to redo anything. So this will be a very simple, quick process. And then once you have your final prose, like in Opus or Mistral Large, or if you wanted to stick with Haiku, that's okay too. Whatever your final prose is, that's what you'll end up editing. So it'll be more editing in the back end, but it'll be really easy up front. So let's dive right in. This is Open Router. I have, I'm going to show you what each prompt costs. It's about 8:30, so the last time I touched it was 5 a.m. And then this is where we are right now, so I can show you what the actual cost of our session today is. So what we need to do first is we need to bring in our AI model, and then I'm going to expand this to my max tokens, and I'm going to expand it to my max memory. I'm not going to mess with any other setting on here. So from here, Alright, so what do we've got? So Enemies to Lovers I haven't done lately. Second Chance Romance just did. Forbidden Love I haven't done lately. Workplace Romance haven't done lately. Opposites Attract, Unrequited Love. Let's go Enemies to Lovers and Forbidden. Alright, so now we have tropes. Now we have our basic outline. Okay, we've got a little bit of Romeo and Juliet happening. All right, looks good. I haven't really done like high-powered business people before, but could be fun. All right, so now we've got our characters. Got our secondary characters. All right. All right, so we've got city mentioned, but what city? All right, so we are taking place in Chicago. So that works. All right, I'm doing 21 chapters instead of my typical 18 simply because, 18, if we're trying to do a 60K novel, some of those chapters can be a little hefty. 21 lets us have a few smaller chapters and lets us have a little bit more wiggle room. All right, so this looks pretty good so far. Okay. And we could stop here, but let's ask it for specific scene beats. Cool. Good, good. All right, that was scene 1. Here's chapter 2. Chapter 3. And then all of the scene stuff, all of the kind of outline the scene beats, I would definitely suggest keeping in a separate doc from your characters, your setting, just so that you can keep track of it all better. Or what if I just did for the next chapter? This should be chapter 5. Let's see if it remembers where we're at. Yep, okay, go on. That's better. That'll be chapter 6. Make sure it caught it. Yep. Chapter 7. 8. It's 9, we're about halfway done. It's 10. Here's 11. Something that I really like that it's doing is kind of giving us the little paragraph at the end to tell how this chapter actually moves the story forward so that we know what's going on, why this chapter matters. Alright, so this is chapter 13. It's 14. Alright, 16. Alright, almost done. Did it have a hiccup? Yeah, it's had a hiccup. Okay. So that was 15. Here's 16. All right. So yeah, you can't just say next chapter. It started to hiccup on 17 or on 16. Okay. 18. All right, last one. Right, and then I'm just going to ask it some final wrap-up questions. Okay. So far we've done tropes, we've done the outline, character setting, we have scene beats for all the chapters, we know the strengths and weaknesses that we need to look out for, and we have this blurb. And of course, there is some cleanup that needs to be done in a separate Word document, but it really doesn't take very long, and it's not much effort to get a fully fleshed out story. Right, and then we have a bunch of extra titles. So everything that we were doing is less than a penny. This was all right here during this video. And then I started at $4.24. It cost us 10 cents to do everything that we just did. So all the scene beats, all of the characters, the setting, the little brainstorming things that we did at the end. Now we have a blurb that we don't really need to worry about. We just have to tweak. And we have alternate titles too. So super easy, super simple. If you have no idea what to write and you've got 20 minutes and 10 cents in your open router credits, jump in. It's really fun. It's really easy. Thanks for watching, everybody.